This is Jimmy's favorite part of the whole show. Live from Toast Studios in New York City, it's the Hospitality Hangout Podcast with the restaurant guy and the finance guy. Toast. Toast empowers the restaurant community to delight guests. Do what they love and thrive. That's Toast POS, Jimmy.
Well done, Shatsy, and thank you for that warm intro. Lukewarm intro.
Coming after Big Super Bowl.
Big Super Bowl. Listen, I want to welcome everyone more formally to the Hospitality Hangout, a hospitality-focused podcast where the founders of Brand Hospitality share their insights and bring innovation and technology leaders that are making things happen in the industry we love. My name is Jimmy Frischling, otherwise known as the Finance Guy, and I'll pass it back to Mr. Michael Schatzberg, also known as the Restaurant Guy.
Oh, and thank you for that kind intro, Jimmy. And to all those listening, feel free to call me Shatsy. And together, we are the personalities behind branded hospitality. We're at the intersection, Jimmy, of technology, hospitality, restaurants, innovation, investment, and chicken. Jimmy, we love chicken. And I got to tell you, it's very fitting that we have a podcast with featuring chicken right after the Super Bowl. I got to tell you, you know, Jimbo, it was. If you're an Eagles fan, it was a great Super Bowl.
If you're an Eagles fan.
If you were a Kansas City Chiefs fan, not so much.
Not so much.
You know, I know you're probably feeling a little hurt right now because you've jumped on the Kansas City bandwagon.
My daughter's a big Swiftie, and she fell in love with the NFL thanks to that relationship with Travis and Taylor. So, yes, but by the way, amazingly, we took the Chiefs plus 19. What was the final score? We got Chiefs plus 19.
You got the Chiefs plus... Yeah, I don't know what bookie you're using, Jimbo, that you got the Chiefs plus 19. But okay, that must have been like, I don't know what that was. But all right, listen, if you got it. You know, Jimmy, before we get started, I have to tell you about something that's been on my mind. You know how much I love talking about point-of-sale systems, right?
Yeah, all the time.
I'm always talking about point-of-sale, right? Well, let's just talk a little about something that you may not know. There's a point-of-sale system out there, okay, that is so fantastic, so unbelievable, that I tell every operator, if you're thinking about looking for a point-of-sale, you know what you got to look at?
What do you got to look at?
Toast.
Toast.
Yeah, because, you know, I like French toast.
Yes.
I like rye toast. Do you know I changed, by the way? You know I always loved tuna on whole wheat toast with lettuce and tomato? Do you know what I recently changed to?
I can't wait to hear what you changed to.
I'm doing rye toast.
Yeah, rye toast.
With tuna and lettuce and tomato.
I'm sure our friends at Toast POS appreciate this.
Well, I got to tell you, we're talking about toast, right?
We are.
So it doesn't matter how much we talk about toast, but I love it. They have like 180,000 restaurants now using the Toast point of sale. And you know what I want to say, Jimmy? I was in one of our restaurants, and 20 of our restaurants use Toast, as you know, Jimmy. And I noticed that a lot of the staff were fully embracing the handheld.
They said they wouldn't. They told you not to do it.
They said no, but you know what? They embraced it because you know why, Jimmy? It helps the whole flow. It moves things faster. That whole payment process of the check, please, and then it comes back and the present, and you put the credit card, it goes back, and that. First of all, it's not even compliant.
Yeah, they're not complaining.
So I'm loving it.
Everywhere else in the world, pay at the table. It's very.
I'm loving it. Anyway, that was my shameless Toast plug, Jimmy. I love Toast.
You know what? We love Toast. Well deserved, and thank you, Toast, for modernizing our being the heart of our tech stack.
The heart, the brains, the whole thing. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's kick it off.
I want to kick it off. Listen, we are very excited by today's episode. Joining us today is our friend Liz Williams, the CEO of El Pollo Loco.
It's El Pollo Loco.
By the way, I had a note to myself that I knew you were going to bring on the fake accent, and
it's El Pollo Loco.
I was going to tell Liz that I apologize in advance, and to any of our Spanish-speaking friends and listeners, I also want to apologize.
My 7th grade Spanish teacher, Miss Triano.
Yes.
She would appreciate that I'm using it's El Pollo Loco. If I was in 7th grade, I'd be like, Pollo Loco. She's like, Senor Schatzberg, it's El Pollo Loco.
I like the way you could use a baritone when you say it in that accent.
So now you had a little French to it, if you know. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Interesting mix. Listen, before we get started, everyone knows our podcasts get released on Tuesdays. We have our Trivia Tuesday. We're going to play the game. I have 3 factoids about our friend Liz Williams. 2 of them are true. 1 less than true, also known as a lie.
I've been crushing it.
You've been crushing it. Shatsy at the end of the episode, or before we wrap it up, is going to guess which of the 2 truths and which was a lie. By the way, Joe Pesci's birthday, marathon weekend. I watched my cousin Vinny. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths. 2 Utes. All right, here we go. Factoids. Factoid 1. Liz has traveled to 56 countries. I can believe that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking at Liz. She seems like a traveler. Very worldly.
Very worldly.
Yes,
very worldly. Okay.
Yes, she's
Fact
got
2.
that worldly look to her.
Fact 2. Careful now, Shatsy. Fact 2. Liz has run 5 marathons.
I got to tell you, again, looking at Liz, she seems like she's in very fine shape.
Yeah, there you go. And fact 3. Liz wanted to be a fashion designer when she was growing up.
I got to tell you, looking at Liz, she seems like she could have been a fashion designer.
Well,
this is really tricky.
The trick there, though, is that only 2 of these are true. 1 is not true. So stay around to later in the episode. You'll find out which are 2 truths, which was not true, and the real story.
So this is going to be very, very tough.
Are we ready to bring Liz into the episode?
Not yet, Jimmy, because you know what? We see Liz. We know one thing we know, Liz is from Southern California. At least that's where she's living right now. We got that information.
We got that.
What we like to find out is, how does one become the CEO of El Pollo Loco? Jimmy?
How does one become?
You know, Liz started, she had gumption? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
And she started her paper route when she was just in 6th grade.
Entrepreneurial.
Very entrepreneurial. And she's throwing papers around, and someone's driving her car. She'd walk the snow and the sleet and the rain and whatever, And in Lincoln, Nebraska, by the way, so let me tell you, a lot of snow over there, I think. I've never been to Nebraska, but I've heard. There's snow.
I'll take your word for it.
All I know is
in
6th grade, she's out there throwing papers around. So she started early, okay? And then got a job as a server, okay, at Cheddar's. It says here waitress on my thing here, on my notes.
Yeah.
Are you still allowed to say waitress and waiter, or is that bad?
I go server.
Server?
I go server. Server.
Really?
Yeah. I guess, I don't know if it's waitress, waiter, is that okay?
It says waitress here.
All right.
I mean, waiter, waitress. Right. At Cheddar's in Des Moines, Iowa, okay? And so I got to tell you, so she started off in the industry very early, which is so common, right? Went to Texas and went to the business school there. And got an MBA at Northwestern, Jimmy, the Kellogg School of Management, right, Jimmy? It's the Kellogg School of Management?
The.
Or is it just Kellogg?
Well, those in the note just say Kellogg, then you know.
Well, anyway, so that's business school. So he's got an MBA, Texas. I mean, goes to Dell, starts working at computers, right? Working at computers and finance and this and that, and then went to, where she went to?
Oh, yeah.
Boston Consulting Group.
BCG.
Yeah, because BCG, they pick the smartest people. They cherry pick them right from the paper route and Cheddar's. They find them. They sniff them out. And she's at BCG for 6 years doing crazy stuff, really great stuff. But you know what happened, Jimmy? She remembered when she was at Cheddar's and how much fun she had and how much she enjoyed
carrying those big schooners of beer.
Yeah, she was drinking beers. And even at a young age, Liz in Nebraska was drinking beers. Or maybe it was Des Moines, Iowa. I forget. Whatever it was, she was drinking beers at a very young age. She goes to Yum, right? She's at Yum Brands. Yum. And she works in corporate strategy for quite a few years. Goes Taco Bell. Becomes a vice president of strategy and finance. Youngest vice president of strategy and finance ever in Yum Brand. She was like 14 or 15 years old. It was unbelievable. And then she becomes the CEO of Dry Bar. You've seen Dry Bar.
Big fan.
But you know what?
My wife,
the hair blowers and all this, it wasn't, she didn't love it. She didn't love it. It's too much with the hair blowers. You know what I mean? And she goes to Hard House for a little bit, dabbled in that, goes to Foxtrot, not so great. But you know what happens, Jimmy? I'll tell you. She gets over to El Pollo Loco.
Here we go.
In March of 2024.
Here we are.
And she's celebrating an anniversary right at 1 year. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairwoman of the board, the CEO, president, and all things, everything El Pollo Loco, Liz Williams.
Here we go. Liz, how much did he get anything right? Was some of it right? A little bit?
A few things. First of all, thank you for having me. But let me clarify: I'm not chairman of the board. I don't want my boss,
Liz, it was chairwoman.
my boss, to get mad at me there.
Understood.
But no, I mean, pretty good.
Chair people?
There could be.
Chairman, you could be the
What
chairwoman.
she's telling it there could be. What she's saying is she's not.
I'm not. I'm the CEO, but I'm a very lovely chairman of the board. But yeah, no, the flow of it was right. I did a few more things at Yum. I was there about 10 years. So,
But you were the youngest executive ever at Yum at 14. Is that correct?
I don't think I was the youngest. I'm sure there's someone younger, but was CFO. I can relate to Jimmy in all things finance. Was CFO of Taco Bell for many years, and then ran our international business. So,
well, let's talk about your time at Taco Bell. Let's jump into Taco Bell, and you were part of the incredible turnaround team there with Brian Nicole, who we all know is now the CEO of that coffee company called
Starbucks.
yeah, that little coffee company.
Yeah, little coffee company.
Yeah. So I mean, the brand was struggling, and you come aboard, right? And they saw your pedigree at Cheddar's, and they said, you had a paper route, you were at Cheddar's, you were BCG. They knew, they saw something in you, and they said, Liz, we need you. Help us turn around Taco Bell. Tell us what you did and what you came up with and how you did it.
Yeah, so it really was a team, a magical team looking back on it. Brian, as you said, was the leader, some great folks in the industry, Mike Grams, Chris Brandt, Liz Matthews, that you've seen all around the industry. And, we came in and the brand needed to be reimagined. We had just come off of a really tough beef lawsuit where, they said the beef wasn't real. And so we introduced Live Moss, and it's hard to believe that was 13 years ago, and that tagline is still serving them today. But what I learned was just fundamentals of building a brand. We would say building back the sales overnight, the brand over time. And I also learned a lot about the P&L and just how to navigate the P&L and how to drive the business model. And I led a lot of the work with the franchise partners to get profitability back into the brand and just built some great relationships with those partners, which then served me well as I went and ran our international business and really got the business.
You launched Bangkok, right?
Humming there. Yeah, I opened
that
the
was your
Bangkok
idea, right?
market.
International, where should we go, Liz? Should we go Europe? Should we go China? You're like, no, Bangkok.
I mean, I love Thailand. Love me some Thailand. But no, again, total team effort. Shout out to Ankush and Nilesh. I mean, it was a team effort.
All right, listen, we don't have the team on the podcast. Let's be selfish, okay? This is your time right now. Let's talk about the Taco Bell Chihuahua. That was your idea, right?
Not one bit. Having a dog represent a food company, not a big idea.
So the Chihuahua was your idea. You saw this cute little dog. You had a Chihuahua. And was the Chihuahua in the commercial? Was that your Chihuahua?
It was not my Chihuahua.
I don't understand this. My notes are obviously wrong here, Jimmy.
It was a cute Chihuahua.
It was a good Chihuahua. So what happened to the Chihuahua? Can you tell us about that, or is that too long ago? Well, the Chihuahua was awesome.
Yeah, that was before my time. Yeah.
Given the life expectancies of Chihuahuas, that dog may be in the Hall of Fame now, but it might be.
Do Chihuahuas not live long, Jimmy?
I don't know. They're really
My Labradoodle, Daisy, is 16. Having some problems.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm sorry for Daisy. Maybe
Why? Would Chihuahuas have a very short life?
I'm more a Labradoodle kind of girl, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have a Lab. I have 2 Labradoodles.
Yeah.
Are yours big or the full size or they're the minis?
Medium.
Yeah, mine are 20. Well, I have a 30 and a 20.
Yeah.
Pounders, yeah. The 30 is a little overweight. It should be 20.
I got a Miracle Rescue mutt from Tennessee. A lot of golden, some chow.
You've had nothing but problems with Eli.
Yes,
Eli's been really.
We love our.
That's the only rescue that's cost $100,000.
70 pounds of just bundles of love. Bundles of love. I want to continue. I want to stick around the turnaround story. You have this fascinating perspective on brand turnarounds. When you came to El Pollo Loco, you thought it'd be a total transformation, but then you discovered something pretty important and interesting. The food was fantastic. You had 500 restaurants across 7 states, and you already had an international presence over in the Philippines. So how are you approaching, when you come into that situation, how are you approaching modernizing this beloved brand while also maintaining the core fundamentals that make it so special?
Yeah.
Great question.
Yes.
See, that's
Where'd
a
you
question.
find this guy? He asked good questions.
I mean, he asks good questions. You get nothing from this guy.
You're absolutely right. When I came in, I very quickly learned, and I had learned, being a customer for years, that our food is so delicious. It is fire grilled chicken. It's made fresh in our restaurants right in front of you. We hand make our guacamoles, our salsas. We actually cook in our restaurants.
Can you just say,
Which,
Liz, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you just say
yes,
guacamole one more time? Because that was absolutely fantastic.
handmade guacamole.
Oh,
Yes.
did you hear how that rolled off?
Yes. So we do a ton of cooking and it's delicious and our food's fabulous. And so this was one of those times where it was don't mess up the food. And we have this great culinary culture. What we need to do is we need to talk about our food more and we need to modernize our restaurants. Our restaurants were a little bit dated. Half of our restaurants are about to get updated with a new look and a new feel in the next couple of years. And so there's just this opportunity to bring in this younger consumer that, quite frankly, has not been exposed to us because we haven't been talking to them in, the modern ways, whether it's, getting across to them on social channels, even the TV commercials.
Yep.
There's so many things we can do. I have a 13-year-old and he loves our burritos. And, before I really was all in with El Pollo Loco, he didn't know we had such delicious burritos where the guacamole is included. And so, you think about other concepts where you pay a lot of extra money for that guacamole. Ours is included. And so just getting that message out there, there's so much we can do in
How
this
old is the
space.
El Pollo Loco brand? When did the first Pollo Loco?
50 years. So it's a 50-year-old brand.
Years. I mean,
this year.
So you got to keep reinventing. So talking about, innovation and reinventing, and your 13-year-old didn't even know you had this and didn't. I mean, you're starting to bring back some really creative ideas and menu items that I think will really resonate with the younger generation. The wraps, the salads, the quesadillas. You're leveraging new partnerships, new supplier partnerships, rebuilding the innovation. I mean, it's a 50-year-old company. To last 50 years, you got to be doing something right. You said the food is incredible. So now, I mean, that's the hard part, right? You got to make sure that the food stays consistent, delicious. So talk about all the new innovation going on.
It's amazing. Over the last couple of years, the team had walked away from innovation, which in this space is just, nuts, right? And
Jimmy says, Jimmy, what do you say?
If you're standing still, you're falling behind.
That's what Jimmy said.
I love that quote.
All right.
Yep, I love it. And so we brought in, so Jill, who runs our marketing team, brought in a new culinary leader this last year, Renee Piscotti, and he has brought so much new innovation. We just launched our new mango habanero chicken. So it's marinated in a delicious mango habanero glaze. And if you think about all the flavors in chicken right now, that just kind of, we call it spicy. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's messy, it's delicious, right?
Spicy.
And that, I mean, it's driving chicken on the bone sales more than we've driven in the past many, many years because it's new. And then, there's also innovation around the burritos I talked about. We, reimagined what those could look like. We have salads. 20% of our menu is salads. Who has a delicious salad in QSR? We do. We're launching wraps, like you said, later this year. We have a lot in the hopper, and I'm really proud. I come from a belief that innovation drives this category. Now, you have to have the right level of innovation. You can't do too much. The operators have to do it fantastically. But I think it's really important.
I love it.
I got to tell you, I love it too. As Liz was speaking, I was thinking to myself,
how much chicken you ate last night at the Super Bowl?
Well, that plus I was thinking about our friend and Mr. Scott Boatwright.
Yes.
Heads up, Scott. Heads up, my friend.
Oh, are you trying to say that El Pollo Loco is nipping at the heels?
You know what? I was reading a lot about what Dutch Brothers is doing right now in terms of taking market share
from Starbucks,
and I'm thinking Chipotle's sitting on again big fan of that company. They charting new really charting new territories with the bowls and all that. But I'm hearing a lot of stuff. I like this. This is good, Liz. I'm liking this energy, and I think we got it. We're gonna have a good run here with you. Let's go, Pollo Loco. Listen, I mentioned the bowl concept, which dovetails wonderfully into. You mentioned a concept about brand on page, and you referenced Ron Shake's book. No, Panera. He also
is a super genius.
Super genius. You mentioned Ron Shake's book and how it helped you share El Pollo Loco's narrative and set up the brand repositioning. Can you expand upon that for us?
Sure. A couple months before I started in the role, I read the book Know What Matters, which, as you said,
Yep.
Ron wrote. And Ron is so good at simplifying and getting to the essence, and that's what he did when he created Panera and as he's gone along in different brands in his career. And it was a good reminder for me as I walked into El Pollo Loco to say, what do we really stand for? And there had been so many twists and turns of this brand over 50 years, many detours. And honestly, the brand got lost and different people thought the brand meant different things. And so the last couple months have been about taking everyone back to the essence of who we are, the core. And Jill, who leads our marketing team, and I went out.
Jill that you keep mentioning.
Jill Adams, our chief marketing officer.
Adams. I mean,
she's
I got
fabulous. Shout out to her.
Is she out there in Newport Beach?
She is out here. Yes.
What's her
Yes. She's
wake her up.
yes. So, we brought in a new agency, as many new leadership teams do, and we did the brand on the page exercise. When you put all of your fundamentals on that page of who you want to be as a brand, what you want to stand for, and what we came at is this brand has so much passion. It is, you can hear it in my voice when we talk about our food. We are passionate about cooking our food. Our people are passionate about serving our guests. And we are out there to feed everyone's passion. And we do this making this delicious homemade food, but we make it fast because we have drive-thrus. And getting to all of these, this is who we are as a core belief. It's really important. We've put it on a page, and I feel like it's galvanized our organization. And as we bring in new creatives, we're all marching in the same direction. We gave that same brief to the folks that are redesigning our restaurants so we can have the restaurant look and feel like how we're talking about ourselves. So it's really gotten us around on one, one clear focus, one North Star.
And Jill's marketing?
Jill is marketing, yes.
We're gonna come up with a new commercial. We're gonna come up with a jingle for El Pollo Loco. What do you think about that, Jimmy?
I know you'll do a great job.
We're gonna come up with a jingle. We'll submit it, Liz. We won't just run it without running it by you, but we're gonna create a jingle.
Can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, we're going to come up with our own song.
I dig your appreciation, Liz, for Jill. CEOs and CMOs, I think it's such an important relationship. And I also feel when you talk about personalizing the brand and connecting with your guests, meeting your guests where you're at was something I was hearing as you were describing the things you've done. Meeting the guests is where you're at is what I was what I took away from it. I want to shift. We know it's about the food, and we know it's about the energy and the experience. We're not a tech industry. We are a food, beverage, and people industry, but we also can be tech-enabled. So I want to talk tech. With 500 restaurants, you've taken the buy-it approach rather than the building custom solutions. And again, it's not right or wrong, but I respect what you're doing. You're exploring new labor software and kiosks and other innovations. How do you, as the CEO, balance modernizing the operation while maintaining that authentic homemade food experience that makes El Pollo Loco so special?
Jimmy, it's El Pollo Loco.
I figure you'll help me out. I'll just say El Pollo Loco.
We can just abbreviate to EPL. That's what we do around here.
I didn't know we were allowed to do that.
EPL. And, that is a great question, too. Jimmy.
Jimmy gets all the good questions. I get nothing.
It's that finance in him that, first of all, I have a great leader, Clark Matthews, who's led our technology team for many years at EPL. And you're right, that balance between build and buy, Clark and I talk about it all the time. And we do have a few things that we've built. However, when you only have 500 restaurants, your ability to scale, the cost of building something, it's just unfortunately not there. It's a lot easier when you have 6,000 restaurants. to justify building something. So
Sure.
we're really fortunate that we have some great partners. As we've put in kiosks as an example, we've partnered with QuickServe, with Acrolac, we partner with Olo. Today we're partnering with Google on some things. Like,
Mhm.
great brands out there that they know what they're doing. This is not their first rodeo,
Love
and
that.
they're really good partners. And having a good leader that can string all of that together, someone like Clark, I think you can be just as productive, and it allows you also to prioritize what's the most important. And you can't do everything. So we have decided, where do we solve a customer problem or make the customer journey better? How can technology do that? Or how can we make our team members' lives easier and better? And those really are the two areas we focus first on. And then, of course, the finance side of me, you can appreciate, we focus on also how can we have technology help the middle of our P&L. So how can we, deploying a new labor scheduling system that is easier for our team members, but also gets our labor even more dialed in.
I like it. I got to tell you, it sounds like you got Jill Adams, you got Clark Matthews, this guy Renee with no last name. It's just Renee, which I love. We just have Renee. It sounds like an incredible team that you're building over there. And so what's next for El Pollo Loco? I don't like EPL. I like El Pollo Loco.
I'll go with EPL. I think
No. It's more fun to say.
I think that was Liz's polite way of saying just call it EPL.
Oh, don't. Nobody knows what that is. You say, Pollo Loco. People
It's all good. It's all good.
Pollo
So
Loco.
You're right. We are building a fabulous team. I'm really lucky to get to work alongside just terrific professionals every day across the leadership
I feel the same
team.
way about Jimmy, by the way, Liz. Just getting to come to work with Jimmy every day, it gives me such
one team, one dream. So what's next? We're going to continue with our passion around our food. Like I said, everything we're doing with innovation, really also trying to carve out this unique space between QSR and fast casual. You guys talk to restaurant companies all day, and the lines have really just blurred. And I'm excited because we're taking the best of both of those categories. So from QSR, we're fast, we're accurate, we're convenient, and we're affordable. But, we take a lot from fast casual in that our quality is fast casual quality. And, we have alternatives that are healthier alternatives. A lot of people went to fast casual years ago because they were sick of the fried food and the food that, you didn't feel good eating. So we have that quality food. So, what's next is how to blend the two of those. And like we started talking about in the beginning, how to communicate to consumers who we are. Because, when you hear the name El Pollo Loco, you get a little confused. You're like, who are they? Are they Mexican? Are they chicken?
And what do you say to people that say, what is El Pollo Loco?
It's the intersection of chicken and Mexican. It is, fire grilled citrus marinated chicken, one of the only grilled options that you have in this space. And I love our equity in Mexican food, the fact that we have all of the handheld products like tacos and burritos. But I also love that we have a family occasion where you can take, an 8-piece chicken on the bone in our, mango habanero sauce. You could take that home and have that for dinner. So we really can play both ways, and consumers, might have chicken on the bone for dinner, but they'll have a taco salad, a tostada salad for lunch.
I love it. I got to tell you something. Listen, we got a lot more show to get to, but we got to take a real quick break, and we're going to be back. Jimbo, we got a lot to get to. We got Hot or Not, we got the branded quickfire, and you're not going to want to miss this because it is going to be unbelievable. So stay tuned, everybody. Be right back with more Hospitality Hangout. Hey, everybody. If you're a restaurant or hotel business, you know how crucial it is to manage costs without sacrificing quality. That's where FoodBuy, the largest GPO in the industry, comes in. With FoodBuy, you gain access to exclusive pricing, unmatched buying power, and a vast network of trusted suppliers, all designed to help you save time and money. Whether you're running a high-end hotel or a bustling restaurant, FoodBuy is your one-stop partner to streamline purchasing and get the best deals. Want to see how they're changing the game? Visit foodbuy.com today and take your supply chain to the next level. That's foodbuy.com, making smarter purchasing easier than ever. And we are back with a little bit of Hot or Not. Jimbo, are you ready to play with Liz Williams, the CEO, no longer chairwoman of El Pollo Loco? I got chastised by saying that. We'll never say that again. So here we go. We are going to go into a little, let me get something good on here. Let me get a little music for us. A little Hot or Not in the food service world. Liz Williams.
Why don't you tell Liz how we play the game?
Oh, Liz, I'm going to say a word, Liz, okay? And then you say, is it hot or is it not? All right? Birria tacos.
Birria tacos? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Not.
LTOs.
Done the right way, hot.
Celebrities owning restaurants.
Not.
Sauce menus.
Sauce the right way, hot.
Jimbo. I mean, maybe these hot or nots. Maybe I got to talk to Julie on some of these hot or nots.
No, I'm good.
You
good.
are?
No, I'm very good with this. Because what I heard her saying, there were two things that she went hot, but it was always qualified with done the right way.
Done the right way,
which
sure.
I think makes a lot of sense. So, first of all, sauce. I want to hear your thoughts on sauce and how one does it the right way. We've dug into that space, and it's the first time we got involved with a sauce company Mr. Bing, but we observed that Gen Z is really into the personalization and how they can diversify their experiences with these sauces, and we're also hearing that operators also like the idea that they could add differentiation to their proteins or whatnot, their food, their menu with sauces. So, love to hear what your thoughts on that.
I agree with a lot of what you just said, and I think there's a cult fandom when you have a really good sauce, and we have that in our Salsa Verde. You see people literally will come in and we serve them in these little ramekins with lids. We make it fresh daily. They're not in sauce packets that have a 12-month shelf life. They are fresh every day. And people will come in and literally, I was sitting in a restaurant the other day and I watched someone carry out like 15 of them. And when I say done the right way,
run after that person and say, hey, what are you doing? Like, you take one, you don't take 15.
It is really good. I don't blame them. But someday I'd love to figure out how we get that in the grocery store. So yes, they can go buy it there.
Let's talk about I'm not today, but we will follow up on that. I love that idea.
Yes.
Pollo Loco, CPG.
Absolutely. But done the wrong way, years ago we had sauce bars, and it was kind of like a taco bar where people would get, and that was just problematic, and that COVID did that in.
Gross.
Not modern.
And people are disgusting. A lot of people are really disgusting the way, when you give them the ability to do it themselves. It's just messy. And so the other way I really do like sauce is what we're doing, sauces and flavors on the chicken. So mango habanero is just the first. We have a couple other sauce innovation flavors yet to come. So you're absolutely right. This generation, they want flavor, nothing boring. Liz, can you tell us some of the new flavors coming out? We won't tell anybody.
No, I'd have to kill you.
That's fine. We're looking for some breaking news. Yeah, I got to tell you, how about a little Mr. Bing with El Pollo Loco? Good?
Little Asian flair.
Why not? Why not? Everything is fusion, man.
Why not fusion?
Fusion. We might be looking at some fusion. There's a lot of fun things you can
Jim,
do.
don't be yumming my
yum. You weren't really yucking on your yum. You were
taking Liz's side. You were taking Liz's side. I feel the entire podcast you've been taking Liz's side. I feel you weren't really on my side.
That's not the case. She's just really smart.
Okay. All right. So are we going right to what came first?
Which came first?
All right. Here we go. We're going to do a little which came first. Liz, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I am going to ask you. Let's go quick game of which come first in the food service world. Okay. I'm going to say something and you tell me which came first. Very simple. Very easy. The drive-through window or fast food kids meals? What came first, drive-through window or fast food kids meals? The kids
I'm
meals.
guessing the drive-through window.
It was a drive-through window, Liz. 1937. Care to when the first kids meal was?
Probably the 60s.
73. You know, I'm gonna get Jimmy involved in this game a little bit. You know, I'm gonna get Jimmy to guess too. Which came first, hot sauce or salsa?
I'd say hot sauce.
I gotta tell you, salsa. Jimmy, care to guess when salsa started coming on?
1937.
The 1500, Jimmy.
1500s?
That's right. They were having, like, the conquistadors loved their salsa. That's what got them all excited about conquering the whole world. They had salsa.
But what happens if you want to order salsa, but it with a side of salsa for your chips?
But you see, the thing is back in the 1500s, they didn't have salsa.
They didn't have salsa.
They had salsa. Maybe, there was no.
Maybe that's what they're asking for. They wanted seltzer. They wanted very bubbly water, and instead they were getting salsa.
But I will say, hot sauce, in all fairness to salsa, hot sauce, 1807.
Okay, but these things have been around for a while.
I wonder what the first hot sauce is. Tabasco, the first hot sauce?
I don't know.
I don't know either. All right, listen. Which came first, Liz? Soft-serve ice cream machine or the margarita machine?
Probably the soft serve ice cream.
Ding, ding, ding. 1938, they were doing soft serve. The margarita machine, what do you think that came out?
Again, a 70s.
71. That had to be like a TGIF kind of thing, I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was our first. Well, we used to do that which came first a long time ago. Then we ran out of which came first.
I like it.
So we brought it back. You know, Liz, what'd you think about the which came first? You weren't a big fan, I don't think.
It was good fun.
It's great.
That wasn't great. It needed some work. We got to tweak that a little bit.
I thought it was good fun.
You know. All right. Well, you know what? You know what's really fun though?
Here we go.
You know what is really fun? I got to tell you, the most fun I think we ever have. Do you know what this song is?
The Family Feud.
That's right, Liz Williams. We are ready to play a little food service feud, okay? And we're going to ask some rapid fire questions. Okay, you're going to play with Jimmy, okay, to win some fast money for you, and the Frischling and the Williams families are going to win big money, big prizes, and we're super excited. You know how to play. The first person gets 20 seconds on the clock, second person gets 30 seconds on the clock, and you're trying to get 200 points, Jimmy, okay? Who's going to go first? Who's playing first? Do we have a rule on this? Is it Jimmy? Do you play first? I forget.
I think Liz plays first.
Liz plays. Liz, we're going to put 20 seconds on the clock. I'm going to ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got to mute.
Oh, I got to mute Jimmy. Right. I got to mute Jimmy because he can't. No. All right. Jimmy, you can't hear us now. Right? He can't hear us.
Okay.
Jimmy, what am I saying to Liz now? All right, good. All right, Jimmy's muted, we think. All right, here we go. Liz, I'm putting the clock up. We're going into the quiet space. 20 seconds. Name something restaurants run out of on a busy night.
Salsa.
What's the most common customer complaint?
Food isn't good.
Name something every server carries in their apron.
A pen.
Name something restaurants give away for free.
Ketchup.
What's the most popular side order with chicken?
Rice and beans.
All right. Liz, well played. Let's see how you did over there. We're adding it up right now because we are a little antiquated in our system. We do not have the digital scoreboard here, so we have to wait. Right now, our team is calculating this, and they have pen and paper, and they're working hard on this right now. And 94 points, Liz. 94 points. Not bad. Excellent. Jimmy, you need 106 points to win big, fabulous prizes.
Did you unmute me?
Oh, Jimmy, we're bringing you back in the studio. Jimmy, I asked Liz a bunch of questions. She got 94 points, as you can see up on the board. That'll give you 30 seconds. Jimmy, if you say something that Liz already said, you'll hear, okay, that means that you have to say something else, okay? All right, Jimmy, Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Name something restaurants run out of on a busy night.
The specials.
What's the most common customer complaint?
Food's cold. Waiting for a table.
Name something every server carries in their apron.
A pen. An opener.
The hell's an opener?
You know what? A pad. A pad. Opener. Bottle opener. Wine opener.
Wine opener.
Wine opener. Bottle opener.
Name something restaurants give away for free.
Bread.
What's the most popular side order with chicken?
Fries.
All right. Okay. That was excellent, Jimbo. I got to tell you, now we got to see, how did we do? Let's go through it right now. Name something restaurants run out of a busy night. Liz, you said salsa. Jimmy said specials. The number one answer was clean glasses silverware. Clean glasses silverware.
What, the dishwasher doesn't work?
I don't know. What do you want from my life? What's the most common customer complaint? The number one answer was wait time. Jimmy, you got the number one answer on that one. Liz said bad food. That was on there, but I don't know where it was. Name something every server carries in their apron. Liz said pen. Jimmy, you said pad. Pen was the number one answer. Pad was also on there. Excellent. Name something restaurants give away for free. Liz said ketchup. Jimmy, I don't remember what you said. Bread was the number one answer, Jimmy. And what's the most popular side order in the kitchen? Liz said rice. Jimmy said fries, number one answer. We add it all up, and guess what? We've got a huge winner here. Ladies and gentlemen, big winners with over 140 points, something like that. Big, so 217 total points. Big winners.
All right.
Liz, it's the third time we've done this, the Food Serve the Family Feud. It still needs some work, but I think we got it a little bit better, Jimmy.
We're getting a little better. I like it.
Well, the audience seems to have a good time. That's what we're playing for.
I think it's the first time that the guest and I won.
Yeah, no, you guys crush it. Liz is obvious. Look, I mean,
that was good.
You heard her pedigree. I mean, Boston Consulting, Cheddar's, newspaper route. I mean, come on. This is good stuff.
All right, let's
go to trivia.
Let's get back to the trivia.
Because this is really challenging.
I gave you 3 factoids about our friend Liz. Here they are again, and then Shats is going to pick which are the 2 truths and which is the not truth.
Oh, this is
Fact
tricky.
1, Liz has traveled to 56 countries.
56
Fact 2, Liz has run 5 marathons. Fact 3, Liz wanted to be a fashion designer when she was growing up. What says you, Shatsy?
I think Liz wanted to be a fashion designer growing up. I sense it. You know, my family was in the fashion business, so I get a sixth sense for that.
Yes, you have that.
You know, I have that. Unless Liz says she wasn't, and then I would change my answer.
There you go.
I would change my comments. I don't think Liz has been to 56 countries. How about that, Jimmy?
You know, I think the words matter here. I think.
Oh,
I think.
What did you say?
I think you got it right. I think she's been to a lot of countries, and we're going to find out it's not 56.
We know Bangkok.
Or she's run marathons, but it might not have been 5. It could have been like 7, or it could have been 4. I think the words matter here. So what are you saying? You're saying she has not been to 56 countries, but she was the fashion designer.
I think she wanted to be in fashion. Yeah, I think she... Well,
right.
You know what? I'm changing everything.
Are you allowed to do that?
I think I can. I didn't give a final answer.
All right.
You know what? No, I'm sticking with my first instance. Because I'm thinking, like, if she wanted to be a fashion designer, why was she going to Cheddar's? Like, why was...
So again, which was the not true?
I think that she has not been to 56
Not been to 56 countries. Okay, what says you, Liz?
All right. Well, I have been to 56 countries. I love to travel, and I have a couple more on the docket this summer. I have always wanted to be a fashion designer, and in between working at Cheddar's, I did work in the mall, and I love fashion, but I'm not really good at drawing anything. So I scratch that itch by sitting on the Stitch Fix board. But in terms of running marathons, I have run 1 marathon, and I will never ever run another one.
Just run it.
All right.
Not doing it again.
Yeah, one and done sounds like that. That's usually, Jimmy, you ran one marathon.
I was a one and done. I did it. It was on my bucket list. I did it, and I don't now. If I run, I need to be chased.
So, Liz, is it a bucket list thing? You did it. You never I did it. I proved to myself I could do it. I'm never doing it again.
Absolutely. And so much credit to people that do it for a hobby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's some. I mean, what? That's a crazy hobby. What about model trains? Is that a hobby that people can pick up?
That's what I think. I think for all those big time marathoners, when you're done with the marathon, should go to EPL.
You feel pretty good. Oh,
You should
El
go to
Pollo
El Pollo
Loco.
Loco. That's what you should do.
Yeah,
go and
you get
enjoy some chicken.
mango habanero.
Mango habanero. Enjoy some guacamole.
Yeah, you need protein,
Yeah,
right?
we eat run
great.
clubs.
That's what
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah.
You run club.
Well, that was part of our marketing strategy, Liz, that we were going to present to you in our commercial. I was going to show runners in a marathon, running through the finish line right to El Pollo Loco. That was my idea, and you guys just kind of took it right out. They just run and like, here goes Jimmy and Liz. They're finishing neck and neck. Whoa! And Jimmy and Liz and they just keep on going right to Pollo Loco.
I think the person crosses the finish line. The winners, the female, the male leaders, they cross, they win, and it's where are you going to next? It's
not like, Disney. Where they go?
I'm going to Pollo Loco. El Pollo Loco. I'm going to Pollo Loco.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's get right into. Liz has to go. It's late, and she's got a lot of sauces to things to do. All right, so here we go. So, Jimmy, I'm going to go right now into a real quick branded quickfire with Liz. Liz, are you ready?
I am ready. I was born
ready.
All right,
here we go. We got a little branded quickfire. Liz, what's your favorite show to binge watch?
I don't watch enough TV.
Yeah, you and Jimmy. All right, let's change it. So, forgetting binge watch, what show have you ever watched that you enjoyed? Do you like Survivor? Seinfeld. Friends. Ever watch Friends?
Oh, I love Friends. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Right.
Liz loves Friends. When she's traveling, she's always watching Friends on the airplane.
This next question's a doozy to follow up with. I love it.
Liz, while you're not watching TV, Netflix or Hulu, if you were to watch TV, what would you watch it on? Would it be Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Do you even know what Hulu is?
Yes.
It's a hula hoop.
I have teenagers.
So you see the bill for all of your streaming services. All right. Who's your number one artist on Spotify?
Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie.
She's a Swiftie. Okay. Uber or DoorDash? What do you prefer for your ordering when you want to sit home and sit on the couch and get a delivery?
When it's food, it's DoorDash. But when it's me driving around, it's Uber.
It's Uber. All right. If you were to challenge Jimmy Ride to a game of Pictionary, who do you have better odds of beating? Now, Liz already said that she's a horrible drawer.
Yes.
So I don't know what that means. I don't know why. Like, I don't think Liz even likes Pictionary.
But if we were to play the game, the question is, who would be
probably go with Jimmy because he's finance detail oriented.
So you'd beat Jimmy?
She had a better chance of beating Jimmy. She chose you as the winner.
I can win, right?
I could win.
Yeah, I'm a very good. By the way, I'm an excellent drawer. I'm an excellent drawer. I am. Why are you looking at me like that? I've seen you can't even write.
I cannot write. I cannot.
Actually, on scratch.
On this question, my mom always wanted a doctor. Instead she got some doctor's handwriting.
Well, you're a lefty.
Oh, yes.
I don't think any artist can be a lefty. Am I wrong on that? Is any artist lefty?
I'm sure we've got at least one.
You think?
I'm going to look that up. Best.
Yeah, we got to check. Yeah.
Best lefty artist.
Yeah, there's no way lefty artists are good. But all right, well, listen, Jimbo, this was really a phenomenal podcast. Am I right?
This was good fun.
This is one of the best shows ever.
Actually, this was super fun. And Liz, you've made the Boston Consulting Group, Cheddar's, Yum, and Taco Bell specifically very proud. You represent them well, and now, with the helmet, Pollo Loco, El Pollo Loco, very excited for you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us. You were a super fun guest, and we appreciate what you're doing and excited to see what you do with this great brand. If anyone of our listeners would like to get in touch with Liz directly,
I have Liz's cell phone,
and we're not going to give it. But we can email.
Thank you for that.
Customer service, Jimmy. If she really wants to know what the customers are feeling about, I think that she should really be fielding. Bill Murray in the Super Bowl for Yahoo, they were giving out everyone's email addresses.
Yes,
and apparently it was the real email address.
Well, if you played along, it was a 3 email kind of game they played, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but why? So why shouldn't we be giving out? I mean, I think as CEO of El Pollo Loco, I feel like to really understand what the people are feeling, she should get there.
Well, I'll recommend that Liz and her tech team should embrace Ovation, and they'll find out all the great guest
So you're
feedback.
getting just an SMS kind of thing, and maybe Liz will read it?
Yes, and
We
Liz
have an amazing customer service team. I love hearing from people. So
Yes.
if they
All right,
have
thank you, Liz.
feedback,
We wanted to hear
send them
from.
in. Send it in. We can always be better.
If you want to speak to Liz and connect with Liz or connect with Pollo Loco, you can email the podcast team at podcast@brandedstrategic.com. We'll pass it along and then let the magic happen.
And what's the URL over there, El Pollo Loco, if I want to go online and check out where your closest location is?
www.elpolloloco.com.
Well, there you guys.
There you go.
You heard it. Pretty
Nice.
straightforward, right? ElPolloLoco.com.
Pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
right. I love
Pretty
it.
easy. World Wide Web. www.
I love it.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.